we can use our multiplication tables to solve our division problems. Today we're looking at remainders because more often than not, when we have some sort of division number sentence, it's not perfect. We don't have it perfectly working out. So for example, in this number sentence, we've got 10 divided by 3. Now if I put out 10 dots, and I'm going to quickly do the 10 dots, and I put out 3 circles, I'm going to cross off and share out these 10 dots. So here I've got 1 dot, 2, 3, another, going back again, 2, 3, and I'm going to go again, 1, 2, 3. When we have multiplication number sentences, we cannot have a different number inside our groups. Our groups always have to be equal. So we have to stop here. We've managed to sort out this many dots, but we've got a dot left over that we cannot share into one of these groups. So how we write this is that when we say 10 divided by 3, we know that we've got 3, but we have 1 remainder. And we put a little R there and put 1, and that R means remainder. So what it means is, if I was to just look at this again, I would go, okay, what this means is 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is going to give us the 10. So this just means, all right, before when we were looking, and if we had a number sentence that was perfect and this was 9, we'd go 3 times 3 is 9, yes. We can go 3 times 3 is 9, but now we've got 1 left over that we have to add. We're going to add 1 in. Let me show you another one. Let's move up here. Let's get rid of this. So we've got leftovers. We have to deal with the leftovers. So let's do another number sentence, another division one. Let's do 11 divided by 5. So we've got 11 biscuits and we have to divide it into, or give it out to 5 children. How many biscuits is each child going to get? So here's our 11. So I'm going to write down the 11. Oops, there we go. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11. And I've got 5 groups. That's what that's telling me. So I'm going to draw this out so you understand that we've got remainders, because not always are our numbers going to be perfectly fitting. So here, let's share it out again. I've got 1. I'm going to quickly go through these. I can go back again. 1. Oops. Right. Make sure that I've got 1. So in each one I've got 2, and I've dealt with these, but I've still got 1 I haven't accounted for. So I know I'm going to have remainder 1. So when I've got my equals, I'm going to have a remainder 1. And inside these 5, here's my 5 groups, and inside each of my groups I've got 2. So my answer is 2, remainder 1. If I work this back, I go 2 5s are 10, plus 1 is going to give me 11. So these are my remainders, because most sums that you get that are division, you will find that many of them will have a leftover, have a remainder, because it just doesn't work cleanly. So let's have a little look at what you're going to do today, and I'm going to hope that you lay it out the way that we want you to. I'll just show you an example first of all on the blank paper, then I'll go to the working out paper that you'll get. So here we've got, let's do another sum. Let me do, we're going to have 23 divided by 7. 23 divided by 7. So what I want you to do is, we're going to have a box space to write things in. It's going to say, I know that something times something is going to equal, and it's going to have this plus this equals that. So I'm looking at this. We're looking at the 23. So I'm going to look at my 7 times tables to see how close I can get to 23. I can't go over 23, I have to stay under it. Well, I know that 7 3s are 21. I'm going to write 21 there, because I know that 7 3s are 21. But if I have 21, I still know I've got 2 more to get before I get to 23. 2 more before I get to 23. So I write in here, I know that 7 3s are 21, gets me very close to 23, but not right on 23. But I actually have to plus another 2. When I plus another 2, then I get 23. So here's my working out. So when I use these things here, I know that this number here is my answer. So I'm going to have something like this. I know that my 3 is going to go straight away down here, and this number is my remainder, and that's going to go there. So I know my answer is 7 times 3 is going to give me the 21. Then I plus 2, and that's going to get me to 23. So I've got a remainder of 2. So I'm going to use this number and this number to help me get the answer. Let's try another one, because it is a little bit tricky. But this is how I want you to set it up. So here's my next one. I'm going to have 26 divided by 8. Here's my problem. Now, I know my 8 times tables. I know, and I'm going to think here, I know that if I do 3 8s, I'll get to 24. So I know that if I have 8 3s, I will get to 24. 24, I need another 2. So if I plus 2, then I'll get to 26. So that's my thinking. So now I'm going to put this number down here. I'm going to put my remainder, and I'm going to put this number down here too. So I know that I know that 26 divided by 8 is going to be 3 remainder 2. Because I know that 3 8's 24, plus 2 will get me the 26. So this is my working out part to get my remainder. I know that, to get my answer with the remainder. 3 remainder 2. 3 remainder 2. Let's try one more. What about if I have 31? 31 divided by 10. What's my answer going to be? Well, I know my times table. I know that if I've got 10 times what is going to get me close to 31? Well, 10 times 3 is going to get me to 30. So then I need to add one more, and that will take me to 31, and I've got my 31. So then my number, if I take this down, will be a 3. And if I take this number down, it is 1. So it's 3 remainder 1. That is my answer. 3 remainder 1. I'm looking at this answer here and this answer here. So this is my times table part, but I've got a remainder of 1 to get me to the number that I want to reach. So what you're going to get today is this. You're going to get an example that you can follow, and you've got 10 questions. So just work your way slowly through it. And here's my first problem. 13 divided by 2. Well, if I've got my 2 times tables, I'm going to write down my 2 times tables. My closest 2 times tables will be 6, because I know that 2 6s will give me 12. I'm close to the 13, but I need another 1. 12 plus 1 is going to give me 13, and that's the number I wanted. Now here are my arrows. I'm going to write down my 6, I'm going to write down my 1. That means the answer to this problem, 13 divided by 2, is 6 remainder 1. Let's have another look at this last one here before you're going to have a go. 8 divided by 3. So I'm looking at my 3 times tables. So here, what times 3 is going to come close to 8, but it cannot go over 8? Well, I know in my 3 times tables, I've got to get to 6, so I know that 3 2s. 3 2s are 6. And if I've got 6 and I'm trying to get to 8, I know I've got a plus 2. So this number here equals 8. 6 plus 2 equals 8. I'm all the time looking at the symbols that are here on this little sheet. I'm going to put my 2 straight down where the arrow says and put my other 2 straight down. So this says 2 remainder 2. So it'll take 2 lots of 3 and I'll have 2 left over. Double check, 3 2s are 6, add 2 is 8, which does come back to this. So it's a little bit tricky, but I want you to follow the process, see how you go. Good luck with that today.